Amish cook stove water reservoir. I'm gonna do a little live stream. I need to fill it up with water because we're getting a storm brewing here. So let's fill it up and show you what it's like. Here we go. So that's the all right, I gotta get the gimbal situated here. Sorry, folks. Just gonna take me a second. Some of these gimbals are a big pain in the butt. There we go. All right, we're back in business. Sorry for the mix up. For anyone that's just joining, I'm showing my water reservoir on the Amish cook stove, and I'm gonna fill it up live. So this thing holds 15 gallons. It's got the tops that come off. And when you lose power, you're happy to have one of these. It cost $500 and I've used it multiple times already. So before we lose power, if we do, I'm gonna fill it here. And that way when and if we lose power, I'll have a nice amount of hot water to use. Obviously I can heat up more from the stove, but this comes in handy for taking baths and stuff. And you know, whatever, doing dishes. It's just nice to have. Over on the side that I'm at over here, there's a spigot where you can drain the water, and I'll show that after. But I'm just gonna fill it up here from the sink. So these chambers flow together. So like the water goes under here through, I mean, it goes all the way over to that side. So you don't have to fill both sides up. If I pour it in on this side, it'll flow over to that side as well. Might as well make some coffee or something while I'm doing this. On my lunch break from work, and figured I'd do a live stream. So a lot of you guys that watch the channel know that this wood stove is my source of cooking. It's all I need. Nice to have hot water going on this thing all the time. You never know when you're gonna need it. I do need to clean my kitchen, but I can do that later tonight. So drop in the comments below if you guys have one of these, or if you've used one or anything like that, or if you're planning to. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some snow. Anyone else expecting snow today? I got a bunch of wood behind the stove here just drying. I brought it in from the woodshed and it was a little wet. I had to dig some out from the snow as well, so I find that if you leave it behind the wood stove for a day or so drying, it gets nice and dry. Even if it's not fully seasoned, it'll dry right out and burn nice and good. I did some cooking this weekend on the stove. I made a chocolate cake actually It's got an oven that if you open the valve on this back side here, hot air goes right into the oven part. You can bake bread and cakes and cook. I make sweet potatoes in there all the time. So this little wood stove here is awesome. I'm getting water straight from my shallow well. I've got about a 12-foot deep well with a big reservoir under it that we dug with the excavator. Put crushed stones in, fabric, and then so it adds another like probably 1,200 or so gallons of water under the 12-foot well. And that's really good to have. So I got it's called a Black Pearl water pump, and it does a really good job. It just stays primed. You can get it pressure up real high, and it does a great job. Originally, I designed this where I was going to have a water tank here that fed into the bathroom with hot water, but I got the tank in, and my plumber went to hook it up, and he looked and he said it wasn't the right type of tank, so they had sent me the wrong one, and that was kind of a bummer. But this reservoir here acts as a backup, and it's really nice. This water gets piping hot, and it just stays hot all the time when you get the wood stove going. So I'm gonna have this filled up. That way, if we lose power tonight or anything during the storm, I'll have some nice hot water. This is how the Amish people live. They don't have electricity or anything like that. And up here in Maine where I live, we've got all kinds of Amish neighbors around. And they keep their systems fairly simple but effective. So they don't even bat an eye when they lose power. Yeah, I can see the wind starting to pick up outside. It's getting really windy out. And supposedly we're supposed to start getting snow here within the next couple hours. So I'm just getting all prepped up here. I got wood, plenty of wood for the next couple days. All this hot water. I'll probably, actually, I should probably even fill the bathtub up with water. I do have a generator, but it's not hooked up to the house, and it's kind of a pain. And honestly, I don't really mind losing power because I'm all set out here. It's actually kind of fun because I have an excuse to not have to work. I can just tell my work that I lost power. So that's kind of fun. And it's good to have the bathtub filled with water in case. That way, you can use water for flushing the toilets and stuff. So where's everyone tuning in from today? Has anyone ever lived kind of like this or had a camp or done anything kind of similar? I used to live in a city, a small city where, it was a lot different, a lot more people around, but I moved to the country and I really like it a lot. Less people, but the people are helpful. If you really need something, you can always call a neighbor and they're glad to help. It's more of a community type, and everyone kind of minds their own business. You can go, weeks without really talking to anyone if you want. But then if you really are in a bind, people are around, so It's good to have people around like that. I'm just showing you, for example, filling that side up. So it drains over to this other side, so they're both full. I'm actually gonna go fill the bathtub up with water as well. Get this filled up. All right, that's filling up. We got this one filling up. We're a little over halfway full here now. So luckily for me, we've had a few warm days where we've had some runoff. So after the drought this summer, the well wasn't recovering as fast. But with this runoff, I think the water table is pretty much recharged now, so that well fills right up overnight, basically. I mean, so now I get to use all the water I want, which is kind of fun after conserving for a couple months. I've been taking like probably 2 baths every day now, which is kind of cool. I was taking really short showers before just because I didn't want the water in the well going below the foot valve. But now I don't even need to worry about it. We got a ton of snow out there too. It's just gonna keep melting throughout the spring, next couple months, and hopefully we don't have a severe drought like we did last year. That was rough. It was not good. Hurt the farms, it hurt the fields. Grass wasn't growing as fast. Crops weren't growing as good. So let's hope that this year is not like last year. Anyone here interested in doing any homesteading or moving to the country? If so, drop it into the comments and share your ideas, share your plans. It's always interesting to see what you guys have to say. I appreciate all the new subscribers as well. So it's almost filled up now. I think this will be the last little bucket here full for now. So we'll pour this one in. Oh yeah, it's filled right up. Cover back on, and that thing's gonna just heat up over the next few hours. And I'll have really good hot water. So I'm gonna go and finish making my coffee here and I gotta get back to work here in a little bit. So I appreciate you all joining, and please drop some comments below. And you guys are the best. I appreciate it. Always be planting.